Hey everyone, so I'm going to do the tag video, my Perfect Imperfections, and I just thought this would be a fun tag. A lot of people have already done it, but I feel like it's a really good tag video to do because you kind of get to see things that people are insecure about and then things that they're confident about, and I just think it's a really sweet tag that Andrea came up with. First, let me say that I just want to say thank you to everyone who commented on my video of me announcing partner and giving me all the congratulations in the world. You guys make me want to cry. You guys are so sweet. Like, I couldn't have sweeter subscribers. You guys are amazing. You're just so absolutely nice. So thank you so much for everyone who commented that video wishing me congratulations. And it's just it's the greatest feeling in the world to have so many people wish me congratulations for that. So for the tag, you list 3 things that you dislike about yourself or are insecure about, and then 3 things that you love about yourself. And they're pretty much all things that make you who you are, and you wouldn't necessarily change them, but you don't necessarily like them. So my number 1 thing that I dislike the most on me probably is my teeth, because I have very crooked teeth. Well, not very crooked teeth, I mean, they're not like snaggle teeth, but I do have a crooked teeth on my upper, and it's been there forever, obviously. And just the health of my teeth, I have spent so much time working on my teeth with my dentist. I owe them so much money, and I've paid them so much money for all the work that I've had done on my teeth, just getting them healthy. It's genetic that I have really poor teeth. Both my parents have really bad teeth, health-wise. They had straight teeth and everything, but I don't know if I'll ever get braces just because I have TMJ and my jaw is severely crooked and my jaw just locks up and it's really, really painful. But in order to get braces, they would have to fix that. And in order to do that, they have to break my jaw out of its socket and let that heal. And I'm not really, that doesn't sound fun to me. That sounds horrible, and no, I don't want to do that. So I don't know if I'll ever get them fixed, but in the meantime, they're fine. You know, my boyfriend doesn't mind, people I know don't mind, people don't make fun of me for it, so far I'm pretty good with it. Number 2 is my skin. I have very bad skin. I mean, it's really acne prone, really, really dry, and that might be because of the products I've been using, but my skin in general has always been really dry, especially around my nose and cheek area. But I have breakouts all the time, except for right now. I don't have any acne, like no fresh ones. I have a lot that are healing, but I have been using a beloved product, and I will do a product rave on that later on. It'll probably be my November favorites as well, so look out for that if you want to know what has completely cleared my acne. But thanks to that, I stopped breaking out, but I still have healing processes to go through, but my skin's just overall not very healthy. I'm not very good to it, although I have been lately, but I just wish my skin was, you know, a little bit more healthy. Number 3, and this might strike you guys as weird, but my hair. It's not healthy at all, and it's dull and dead and everything. I mean, I need a haircut, yes, but my hair is just so bad. It's really bad. Not to mention, like, the dye is like cut off right here, so there's like that weird line going on throughout my head, so my hair's just in a really bad place right now. I love the cut of my bangs and everything. The cut of my hair is pretty boring. I need to get some more long layers put in, but I also need to go and get my hair cut. But obviously the day that I want to go get my hair cut, my salon burns down, so it was in the mall that I talked about in my October favorites that had been set on fire. So I couldn't get my hair cut, but now I don't have money to get my hair cut, so now that's just a different excuse, and I'm just going to keep coming up with excuses. I'm trying to grow it out, but I really want long, luscious, healthy, no split ends. I've had split ends my whole life. I've never had a year or a month where I don't have split ends. I always have them. It's so annoying. But I haven't been applying heat to my hair, so I've just let it do its own thing, and then I wear it in a bun when I sleep, so that way I don't have to apply heat to it. So I'm trying to make it healthy by not straightening it every day, which I used to, so far so good. On to the things that I like about myself. The first one I'd have to say is my eyes. Not so much the shape, but the color of them. They're very blue, and I just really like blue eyes, and I think they look really good on me, so I've always gotten compliments on my eyes too, how vivid and bright they are. But I do love my eyes, just for the color though. The shape, they're really small. My eyes are super small and kind of close together, but the color, I love. Number 2 is my body. I have been lucky enough to have a slim-toned figure my whole life. Even if I don't work out, it's just something I was really lucky to have. I've always been skinny. That's not always a good thing. I was tormented a lot when I was younger. People always accuse me of having an eating disorder, and I don't. I never have. And that was really painful to go through. And I was in elementary school when that was happening, and I can't imagine I mean, I know it happens, but an elementary school child having an eating disorder is just disturbing to me. But I've been teased about it my whole life, how skinny I am and whatever. Then I grew up and I got hips. Not so much breasts, but you know, that's separate. But I got my hips, and so I have some curves now, and you know, they're not like super big or anything, but they are larger than they used to be, so I think that's why people don't think I have an eating disorder anymore, because I grew up. And my last thing I want to mention that I like about myself is my brain. And that's probably weird to say, but I believe that I got my brain from both my parents. They're both severely intelligent and just really sweet people, and I just am really thankful that I got their intelligence. Obviously, it's a little bit of nature versus nurture, you know, what I picked up along the way versus what I was innately born with. You know, there's differences there, but I feel like a large part of my brain is what I was born with. My mom and other people have always told me that I have an old soul, and I was always really mature as a young child. I was, you know, I never partied, I never did any of that. I'd rather stay at home by myself. I'm much of a person to be alone, but my mom always said that I had an old soul because of that, and I think that's something I was definitely born with. I don't think you can really nurture someone into having an old soul. And that's just a figure of speech. It's not necessarily meaning I have someone else's soul reincarnated and all that. But yeah, I really do love my brain. I'm glad that I can retain information easily, and, you know, I can write essays on the fly, and just, in general, school has always been easy, though stressful. Just because it's easy doesn't mean it's not stressful. I'm very thankful for the brain that I have, and I believe it's because of my parents, because they're both really, really smart. So I tag all of you to do this, or you can just leave it in the comments as a tag. I don't mind you doing that, because I would love to hear what your responses are to the things that you don't like and the things that you do like about yourself. I'd love to hear it. So please leave me either a comment or a video response letting me know that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.